Good evening, everybody, and welcome to round 7 of the Hyperdrive Racing Series. And we are here at Mexico this evening, where we are waiting for a few to join. But right now, we've got 15 drivers, let's make that 16, ready to battle it out here in Mexico City. 36 laps around this very tricky course, full of slow corners, fast corners, and all the overtaking zones you would like. Full quali as it stands, 16 people in. And I'm joined on co-coms by the Mercedes AMG Petronas Formula One team Div 3 driver Sourtub 5. You want anything to say, Sourtub? Oh wait, might have a problem. Might not be able to hear you. Anybody watching in chat, you just double check with us that you can hear Sourtub. We had this problem last week, unfortunately, because let's just get it shared out to Discord so the drivers can watch these. I can hear you, obviously. It's just about whether the stream can.
To include my audio.
Oh, right. It was just okay. Okay, start talking now and then double check that you can
Hello?
hear now. If you are watching in chat, just double. Okay, it's good to hear. So, audio all fixed. We won't have a similar problem as last week. So, hello, Debito. Remember to be spending your points this evening. 16 in right now. I think we are still waiting on a few to join. But if Div 3 was anything to go by, then we are in for a thriller. Oh,
Yes,
Jay Morris is also joining, but Sourtub, please tell us the championship picture, tell us who's on the best form, and tell us who you think the favourites are going to be heading into this weekend.
I will pull up the stats now. In the driver standings, we have K5 leading the championship for Ferrari with 30 points. In second is Jay Morris with 101 points. And third is Mars with 72 for the Red Bull. That's your top three today.
Yeah, there's a bit of a gap back to Mars. It's really K5 and Jay Morris running away with it at the minute. Noob is asking who's going to get last. It's a very good question. Most likely a Div 3 driver, no offense. So probably
one of the
say really, that's
one of the D3 reserves probably.
Yeah, there's only actually two Div 3 drivers in here, I think. Twujsteri and
Excellence and Bavish. Bavish is here.
Oh yeah, Bavish as well. I mean, my bet's on Bavish, but I don't really want to be picking names out. So
not unless you're gonna pay for the driver curse, commentator curse.
Oh, true. Do remember to be spending your points in chat. Curse whoever you want. You could even ask for a even ask for a So you can ask commentator's curse, spectator driver, hydration, obviously that'll be beneficial to anyone hydrating, and then most specifically air rates, which do cost a lot, but is worth it.
What do you think of this new hyperdrive tax? 10,000 points.
Well, Stein actually cost me 10,000 points yesterday. He made me spend it. So I've just been robbed of 10,000 points pretty much. So that was very annoying. So 17 in right now, and I don't know if we're going to get anybody else now. We should get going soon. It is about to turn half past.
Prediction for P1. Who's predictions for the, let's say, top three?
Top three. My predictions, I think, are going to be. I think Jay Morris, he'll want to. Jay Morris P1 will want to close that championship lead on K5. Second, Emu. I think he's gonna have a good race, and K5 only P3, which would be quite low. Oh yeah, Flav. I should really be putting him in the top three considering he's far from Mayo. I'll put him P4. Yeah, he said he hasn't done much practice, so I think P4 will be quite a good result still, Devita. So I'll tell you your predictions.
Oh, I don't think no one will know, but I'm good mates with Tiger 66 Gamer. I know he's done a lot of practice. I know he's quite fast. Hoping he'll be in the top three, getting the podium. But I know there's a lot of fast drivers in D2, so K5 will be in the top three, I'm betting. And just like the championship goes, probably similar to that.
So South of having faith in the Haas drivers. I mean, we saw how quick F1 Mad was yesterday. And Haas have got a very quick lineup. Tiger is very quick, and
The Vito predicting a 16.0 pole. I'd say it'd get into the 115s. "15.76 pole," says Noob.
oh, and we are now readying up, so we are about to get going. So predicting pole I'm estimating will be about low 16s, maybe dipping into the high 15s. Let's just double check what pole was yesterday. It was set by Jamie Hester.
16.1, was it? No.
16.6 by Jamie Hester.
Oh, well, I wasn't that far up to see, was I?
I'm thinking a low 16 for pole. But it's all to play for. A lot of people in with a shot. Emu, K5, J Morris, Flov, all similar plays. Tiger also up there. Oh my words.
Oh,
ladies and
the
gentlemen.
rain. Oh,
now, we know Mexico's climate is hot, it is humid, and I don't think any other drivers would have been prepared for this monsoon of conditions, and this is really going to throw some spice into this qualifying session. Absolutely chucking it down here in Mexico City.
You can see the drivers in chat already.
Yeah, they are
not being too happy with this. Who's going to be first out?
I mean, if it's tipping it down in qualifying, I think it's guaranteed dry in the race. If someone could tell me the weather for the rest of the weekend in chat, please do. But Yeah, this is very interesting. So the session is underway. Q1 is underway. 3 drivers getting knocked out. The top 15 will go through to Q2, and we'll see who can adapt quickly to these wet conditions and who is going to start spinning, because it's a very easy track to spin out here in Mexico. As we await the first drivers to come out, and these are going to be
I think
treacherous
I
conditions.
see someone closest to the camera coming out now. Can't quite figure out which team it is.
Looks like a Williams of Idiot, I think that maybe.
Well,
Williams
Idiot is coming out now.
And what tyres are they on, crucially? I think they are on full wets.
It is wet
full wet for
conditions, is
Idiot.
it?
Yeah,
Or
full
is he
wets.
just Haas coming out of Tiger 66 Gamer?
Tiger also on the wets. It's interesting to see that Excellence now coming out of the pits. He is on intermediates, so it's going to be very interesting to see what is the best tire early on in this stage. Oh, DeVito wants me to spectate Tiger. So here is Tiger Gamer, your bet Sour Tub to possibly win this race. He has shown a lot of potential so far this season, just hasn't quite converted it into points yet, so we're looking to change that around this weekend. Yeah, so whenever I go quiet, like you can like fill in the spaces if you want. He's not on his flying lap, DeVito. He's on his out lap. Oh, you mean spectating for his flying lap? Oh, I get it.
More and more drivers are pulling out of the pits now. We've only
so
left in.
every single one of them is on the wet tires, apart from Excellence. So keep an eye on him to see his pace compared to everyone else.
Gonna be worth it for him.
I mean, it is Q1. I mean, you can like experiment. You can take a risk. I mean, Excellence is a contender for pole, so.
Yes, he did come out of pole Q2, I believe it was, in D3.
Oh, sliding round that last turn, Tiger Gamer. Gets his lap going. That's going to be a very scruffy start to the lap. And now we'll take you through a lap of this Mexican Grand Prix circuit now, heading the long run down towards turn 1, braking down towards third gear. This is treacherous.
Excellence pulling around to start the lap.
Yes, keep an eye on Excellence to see his times. But right now we're focused on Tiger squirming his right way out of turn 3. And there would be DRS, but right now in these intermediate conditions, no DRS enabled. But first sector split, 32.4. Braking into turn 4, hits the apex nicely, then swing it through turn 5. Once again, kissing the apex, don't spin it on the exit. Then the awkward double apex, turn 6. Winding through on the exit, still nicely done by Tiger. Nice lap this for his first lap in the wet. And winding through this really technical section, left, then to the right, and then another hard left. And you flick it to the right, nearly flat out in the dry. It's nearly braking in the wet. And on the exit, don't spin it, keeps it in track limits. Then heading down towards one of those awkward sections on the circuit, stadium section, braking down to 4th gear. Weaving through, don't hit the curb, and on the exit, don't spin it. Into the hairpin, hard braking, misses the apex a little bit, but cuts it back in nicely. I'll give him a good exit. Someone's broken the bollard on the inside, but Tiger coming around the final corner to complete a lap of this torrential rain at Mexico Grand Prix. Idiot goes top with a 31.3, and Tiger across the line to beat that just slightly with what also a 1:31.3.
Very, very, very close time there.
It is very close indeed.
Excellent.
Who else is completing?
Pulling around the final corners now to set a lap time.
Have you been keeping track of his sectors? How have they been compared to?
Pulling across the now out. Excellence going 1:33. It's not a great lap.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the wet tyres are the preferred ones at the moment. As Tushderi just about beats Excellence, goes up to P3. He's also on the wet, so I think that's quite a poor lap from the McLaren.
Rafas hits the curb coming on his
As Comet goes up to P3. Jeezy now sorts to P4. good going by the Haas boys so far. Alex up to P5, the times are rolling in now. Raw Reaction's gone for another lap. Flov goes up to P3, very close between the top three. Still, a lot of people are yet to set their lap times. Next across the line will be Shocklade going around the final corner. What can he do on his wet tyres? He goes fastest. Very good lap there from the AlphaTauri.
50 Wizards coming to set a lap. Only P10.
Remember, it is a Div 3 driver, so don't expect the Div 3 drivers to be right up there at the moment. But Shocklade, maybe, is that a very good lap by him, or is the track starting to dry up and our tyres only going to get faster? Mars now up to P8, third in the championship. Lost a lot of ground in Hungary after spinning out, so he really needs to bounce back this weekend if he wants to keep his championship hopes alive. Rafast only P11, and the times are really differing here.
Excellence takes P2.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the intermediate tyres possibly being quicker, and maybe they are a faster tyre now. Even though after one lap it seemed like wets were far clear, maybe the Inters are the preferred tyre now. Still, I think people might put a lot of fuel in. They're going for back-to-back runs. Some people pitting, some people staying out. Some people haven't even set a lap yet. He moves on a lap though, and we know how quick he is when he isn't crashing into the barriers, of course. But Sour Tub, Tyler. Yeah, Sour Tub's commentating with me. As Emu sets a purple middle sector, so going well the McLaren. Papaya Forever is their motto, but McLaren haven't really got going this season in the way they want. Only 5th in the constructors. So Emu will want to increase their points tally today. What can he do as he comes across the line, squirming to the line, and goes P2. So good lap there from Emu. Still here, Sour Sub? A little quiet. Oh yeah, Sour Sub did tell me before he was going to have some connection issues. So if he just glitched out at one point, then big to be ignored. So Sour Sub having some connection issues, but he will be back shortly, hopefully. There he goes.
Bavish pulling onto his lap now. Can he set a good time?
Yeah, just started his lap. One of 3 Div 3 drivers today. Be interesting to see how he compares to the top flight of Div 2. As Excellence through Sector 1, he's 3 temps up, purple first sector, so maybe it is intermediate conditions now. Oh yeah, Death Star Aston Martin seems to be struggling a little bit, so you gotta be spending some points to help them place in the championship. Oh, Excellence going off there. He didn't invalidate though, so we can finish his lap. Death Star officially gives up on Aston Martin, so that's unfortunate.
Excellence coming the corners to set his best lap time. As Excellence goes pole. Bavish,
yeah,
what can he do?
On those enters.
P7 from the D3 reserve. D3 driver.
Good lap there.
That's it.
Good lap there from Bavish to Div 3 to go up to P7, but Excellence is the one to watch. Also Div 3, he's P1 at the moment. And those inters, I think we might see a lot of people come out on inters now because it does look like the better side. So Comic now, he's going for a lap on inters. He's also right up there in Div 2. He's a good contender for pole. Interestingly, championship leader K5M5 hasn't gone out for a lap yet. He's the only person who has not set a lap. So, yeah, is he waiting for the track to dry up and go out right at the end? So, yeah, interesting strategy for K5. So we'll see how that pans out. Yeah, Bavish better than Row Reaction Death Star, you're right. Shocklade on that purple middle sector. We know that's not fully correct because there's a bit of a glitch with that. But it seems like a pretty good lap here from Shocklade. Can he improve on his time? Can he jump excellence right at the top? Coming around the final corner, he's actually coming into a bit, so Shocklade will not improve. Mercedes going well at the moment, no. Excellence's points won't count as he is a Div 3 driver. As a reserve, Jay Morris, second in the championship, he needs to get in on K5 this weekend, and he looks to be doing that.
The Ferrari of Alex has spun. What is that?
Oh, there we go. On the exit of turn 11, Alex has had a little spin. No damage, it looks like, to the Ferrari, but that's going to ruin any lap he was looking at. Rise has redeemed Spectate Comic. Did somebody just leave then?
Excellent. I think he's disconnected.
Alright, can you invite him back?
I don't have anyone added.
Oh, alright, I'll invite him back. Oh, I don't think I have him added. Okay, I'm just gonna have to ask somebody else to add him back. Anyway, still with Comic, Rise requested we spectate him. So let's see what his middle sector's like and if he is going to go anywhere near the top. Oh, he's 5 temps up. So Comic on a good lap at the minute. And he is on inters, remember. So it's going to be very close with the Q1 cutoff time and whether it's going to be on wets or inters. But we'll stick with Comic for now. Could this be a time that lifts him out of the danger zone? He's a bit of risk in 11th there, but Comic coming to the line now and goes up to P4. So better lap there from the Alpine. But oh, he's on wet. Sorry, Comic's on wets. Sorry, that was my bad.
I was gonna say, don't know what you're on about.
But if you look at the tyres now, a lot of people are coming out on inters as Jay Morris goes to the top and makes it a Mercedes 1-2. And he's on the wet, so it's really, really difficult conditions, because sometimes some people are going quick on the inters, some people are going quick on the wet. So it's going to be interesting to see which drivers choose what tyres, because this is a really close cut-off point between inters and the wets. As look at that, Jeezy now back on the wet tyres. He goes fastest by 6 milliseconds to Jay Morris. So the track is ramping up, and so are the drivers. And this is game on, really. We could see some big shocks here in Q1. Now, Sourtub, I don't know if you can tell me anything about this, but K5M5, he still has not come out. The championship leader is still in the pits, and he's the only driver not to set a lap yet. He is still in the pit lane. Can you tell us anything about
that? My only guess is that he's gonna go. He's confident just to do one lap.
It's very risky though, because I doubt any of them have done any wet practice.
Unless he's just
look at that time.
Idiot! 1:29. He goes.
Sorry for the interruption, but Idiot swerving around. He's happy with that time. 7 tenths quicker than the next car, and it's on the inters. So yeah, on the inters. So what is the fastest tire, wets or inters? Nobody knows. It's an enthralling Q1 session. Only 3.5 minutes to go. Emu now to the line. He goes P2, also on the inters. So are the inters the fastest tyre now? As Jeezy pits, Idiot's left. Just as he goes fastest. Maybe that's a bit of a curse. And invite him back.
Same happened to Excellence, so it might be a curse.
Yeah. As Trush Dairy, the free driver, he goes up to P3. McLaren going well so far.
The intermediates definitely seem to be faster tyre now. The
Yeah,
Strielka comes pole. The 129.6.
Yeah, proving that theory. Flov goes even quicker on and says, yeah, you can call Vystrelka Flov. It's just an easier way to say it. But yeah, really tight a minute. A lot of people still on laps. This is where the cutoff point is going to start to come into play. As on the exit there, Road Reaction smashes a wall down in 16th. He hasn't DNF'd. He's broken his front window, and that could be out of qualifying for the Aston Martin. Compounding Aston Martin's struggles this season. Road Reaction slamming the wall on the exit of turn 6, and that has ruined his qualifying. And he's certainly going to be out in Q1. Death Star will not be happy.
Going around the track now with no wing. Idiot, confident enough to retire now. Well, he is safe in P2.
That is quite confident. I mean, with the track ramping up, that could be a bit risky. Now, ladies and gentlemen, K5M5 is still not coming out. K5M5 is not coming out. And he's run out of time. But he won't get around the lap in time if he comes around now. K5M5 is out of qualifying.
Has he fallen asleep like he said he might?
I'm going to ping him now. But K5M5, the championship leader, is going to be out in Q1. He has not gone out. He might have fallen asleep. I mean, he was teasing it earlier. Shockley goes fastest. But that is really going to cost him in the championship point of view. With Jay Morris looking to capitalise on K5's error about sleeping. Oh, I didn't even realise. I didn't even realise Shockley fastest by 9/10. And that really shows you how much his track is ramping up. Meanwhile, we're about to get our last laps of Q1 underway. There's only going to be one more place at risk because Road Reaction's broken his front wing and K5's not coming out. So only one place, only one person will go down, really. Did you want to say something, Zauto?
But I think I saw Tiger go wide in the turn, but he recovered it.
Tiger has invalidated, so
yeah,
I think he wants to go for another lap. Yeah, he is still 100% in the lead after this race rise, but he'll want to maintain that championship lead. He'll want it at least 30 points. He won't want it as close as it could be. So, these are the final laps. Comet cross the line, goes P3. That will see him through to the next part of qualifying. Who will be next to cross the line? New Era, the Div 1 driver last time in Hungary, but we realised he was not quick enough. So he's been moved down to Div 2, and he's 15th right now, so struggling. But can he lift himself into the next part of qualifying? New Era comes to the line and goes P8. That should see him through. Who will be next to cross the line? Shocklade will be next to cross the line. He's not improving. The Red Bull Shifty Wazza has finished Mars in a drop zone right now, so he really needs to improve. Mars coming to the line now. What lap time can he set? And he goes up to P4, so good luck there. As Floria times here, J Morris goes P3, Jeezy goes P2, Flov goes P9, I think that was. Rafas up to P10. Excellence is in the drop zone right now. He'll be next across the line, and he is up to P4, and Tiger Gamer is out.
Tiger out in Q1.
Gamer out. Tiger Gamer is out in Q1. And those are 3 drivers, which are quite almighty shocks. K5, championship leader. Road Reaction, very competitive Div 2 driver. And Tiger, Soursub's favourite for the win, all out in Q1. What an extraordinary qualifying session we've just had. Topped by Shocklade with a 28.7. But the wet has really spiced things up here at Mexico City. And that is your qualifying session. So that is your session. A quite unbelievable session at that.
I'm still in shock.
Yeah, and surprisingly, all three Div 3 drivers progressed to the next part of qualifying. And the last three people you would expect to go out is K5, Royal Reaction, and Tiger Gamer. Twitch makes it through just about, but Shotclade is the one setting the pace from GZ, the two Mercedes, and Emu. And if Q1's anything like Q2, we are in for a incredible session. But what a start to qualifying this is. You're still in shock.
I have no words, and I can tell you now it was the first of many upsets tonight.
I mean, way to commentators curse him, say he's going to win, and then he gets knocked out in Q1.
Blame the weather, not me, please.
Well, I mean, the rain is the main cause of these big shocks going out in Q1. But we've still got a whole another 2 qualifying sessions to go. Yeah, Tiger says he bowled his final lap. Still raining, but that does look lighter than it was.
If things keep going the way they are, hopefully it can be a dry race.
If somebody in chat can tell me what the weather is for the race, that would be very ideal. I think it will be a dry race because it can't be a wet qualifying and a wet race in Mexico. That would just be like abnormal. Q2 is underway. 15 minutes to decide the top 10. The bottom 5 will go out, and let's hope we get some more shocks because that will really spice up race even more. We've got Mercedes, I think, of Excellence coming out, but he's beaten to the line by Babish. Yeah, dry race. So confirmation of that. Dry race is for 50% race, as Babish is the first out on track. He's done very well to progress to Div 3, Babish, but he's now overtaken by Excellence, who has been looking even quicker. Or we're going to have a little battle down to turn 1. Excellence going round outside of Babish. Does he outbrake himself? They're battling. Excellence takes a position. Although Idiot has told me 25% rain in the race, that is quite a high figure, so could be a wet race, which would also be spice things up a lot. I was just checking then to see if the weather was on dynamic, because it's an awful lot of rain for Mexico City. It is on dynamic, it's not on wet, so things all good. Do remember, if you want to subscribe to the Hyperdrive channel, it's well worth it. You can pay off your Hyperdrive tax a lot easier. But Excellence will be the first to cross the line. So Sourtub, a fellow Div 3 Mercedes driver, take us through a lap of this Mexico City Grand Prix circuit.
Alright. We know he's fast. We can see what he's gonna do. We've seen what he's done before as his teammate. Good luck, mate.
So do you want to take us for a lap, Sourtub?
I haven't got the stuff open. Oh god. As he goes to turn 1, takes it early.
Okay, so also having a few technical difficulties, but Excellence purple through sector 1, obviously. We await how it compares to everybody behind, but Excellence still. Been a very valiant driver here in Div 2. He was very quick in Hungary in Div 2, despite him being a Div 3 driver. He is a very quick Div 3 driver. He obviously won yesterday, but can he even go on to win in Div 2? That would be quite something. I don't think anyone's ever done that. Won two races in one weekend.
It would be great, but if I'm correct, he can't score any points as a reserve for Mercedes, even though he's a Mercedes driver.
Yeah, that is true. Unfortunately, can't score any points. Excellent work coming around line. Davito has told me to curse Mars. Very harsh of him. But I'm going to do it. So Mars coming around in these wet conditions. The greatest driver of all time. Mars, he's just actually too good. Like, these wet conditions, they are nothing for him. He's going to absolutely storm the field, win by about 50 seconds if we're underestimating. And Mars, we're just going to bring Red Bull up the championship. He had a little spin in Hungary, but he just wanted to give the others a head start. And here at Mexico, he's going to dominate the field, win without any crashes, and just be amazing like he always is. Anyway, what other times been Salvatore? I was too busy cursing.
Chocolat just set the pole lap of a 1:26.5, which is 4/10 faster than excellence in P2.
Yeah, and if we recall back to Q1, fastest time was a 28.7, I think it was. So shows you how much the track is drying. But will it be dry by Q3? That is the interesting thing. Well, let's turn telemetry on. Jeezy on his flyer. Okay, well, Dorito wants to spectate Jeezy when he goes on his flying lap. He's really spending a lot of points. He just wants to watch his Haas boys. He's only got one left after the shock exit of Tiger Gamer. Jeezy on his flyer now. So the only Haas left in the session, and can he will carry the team really? I mean, Haas are bottom of the constructors. Okay, do you want to play Fortnite later? I mean, I don't think I can. I mean, I was gonna go downstairs and not be on my console anymore, Dorito. So not. Besides, it's a little late for Fortnite for me. I think Death Star will be free though. He seems to always be on Fortnite. Cheesy though, still going strong on his lap. Let's get the tire graphic up to see if everybody is on Insers. So yes, everybody is on Insers.
Jeezy coming across the line now. Goes P2 with a 1:26.7. Showing good pace from the Haas.
Yeah, good luck from the Haas idiot. Unfortunately disconnected, so we hope to get him back in soon. Jeezy, he looked quick in Hungary and he's transferring his pace over to Hungary. Everybody has now set a lap time. Is Shifty Wazza, New Era, Twooge, Bavic, and Rafas all in the drop zone. All the Div 3 drivers in the drop zone apart from Excellence. Idiot's back in, so that's good to see. Idiot, can you please try and solve your connection issues? Because I don't want to have to keep pausing the stream to invite you. But...
Who's this? The drivers.
J-Mark's coming into the pits. Jeezy has invalidated, so who else is on a lap? Barish is starting a lap. A New Era has invalidated. Shifty Waz are also coming in. I think everybody is saving for the last, because the track is only going to get drier. I think everybody is saving for the last few minutes to yeah, the track is only going to get drier, so they're going to save it till the last minute to go out. It could be a case of the person who goes fastest is the last one to cross the line.
And Babish, the D2 reserve, goes pole with a 126.3.
Well. That's the last person you'd expect on pole, but Babish goes fastest.
Although it is only
Granted, the track will
Q2.
be warming up. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Jeezy and Jay Morris have gone out on the, well, they have currently equipped the soft tyres. So has Comic. So they are starting to equip the soft tyres. Now, is it the point at which the Inters start to get a little too hot and the softs start to come into play, and we could see a dry end to this session? And it's going to be interesting to see if the Q2 times are going to be set on softs or they're going to be set on inters. Because I think it'll be last person across the line sort of situation who gets through. So this is really going to get spicy now. So yeah, Death Star, he's going to be pleased with the Aston Martin being up there, considering their struggles this season. Death Star has really been carrying the season. Alex, purple middle sector, 2 temps up. What can he do in the Ferrari? And with his teammate K5 out, he needs to carry the Ferraris this time. Alex coming around the final corners. Twitch Dairy goes fastest. Alex now up to P2, so the track is seriously ramping up as Idiot goes fastest. The times are starting to tumble now, as still a few people aren't equipped the softs that are not going out though. So yeah, Sourtel, this is a really close session. Who do you think is going to come out on top? Because it's really anyone's game.
Yeah, as you just said, it's anyone's game, but it's the ones that are risking it going out so late to try and use softs that may just get the edge over if it gets dry enough.
Emu currently on the lap. We now want to be contenders for pole. How much is he improving by? Yeah, look, he's a second up. So the times really are tumbling now. That was close to track limits. Just about kept it in, thankfully. Emu this time could put him to the top.
He is at risk for Q3 position right now. Can he improve enough to keep him safe? And he does, he goes pole.
And by 5 temps at that. Incredible lap there from the McLaren. Anybody else currently on the lap? Shifty was on the lap, but invalidated, unfortunately for him. As now we watch Bavish 07. He's on the soft tyres. So Bavish, so Shocklade's gone out and J Morrison Comic, they've got an enters. Bavish has stayed, has gone on the softs. So we'll see how he is on the softs, but that's a very risky from the Aston Martin. And he's got nothing to lose. He is a Div 3 driver. But we'll see how he gets on.
Excellence comes out of the pit as office as well.
He does, yes. So, yeah, as you expected, the Div 3 drivers taking a gamble. They're not fighting for full points anyway, so yeah, they've got nothing to lose, and they are going out on softs. G-Eazy, for some reason... Oh, he's coming out now. G-Eazy won't make it around the lap in time.
Surely not.
Yeah, G-Eazy.
He's
Yeah,
not going to
there's
make
only
it.
1 minute 10 seconds. Yeah, G-Eazy will not make it to the line. Yeah,
And
G-Eazy's retired. So, we could have no Hasses into Q3. DeVito is going to be fuming right now. So that's a big blow unless he somehow manages to hang on. But everyone is surely going to improve. Idiot retires. He thinks he's safe. But these are your final laps of Q2.
Alish is coming on a lap now with his softs.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on the soft runners. It's going to be a very interesting sector. Because if he is improving, then that is going to tell you all you need to know. It's Alex goes to P1. Time's starting to tumble. Bavish through first sector. What has he done? And he's a second down, so I don't think the softs are the tyres at the moment. We'll see what Excellence does, but Excellence could be out with that gamble. Who will be next across the line? Shocklade, 1.2 seconds up. What can the AlphaTauri do? As Tush there, he goes to P2. Brilliant effort from the Div 2 driver. Shocklade now coming around the final corner. Crosses the line and goes P1 where he was in Q1. He takes back that top spot.
Bavish! He's gone off track!
Has he? Bavish has gone off track. He will not be improving. Flov goes P4. Mars is in the pits. Mars is out of qualifying. Third in the championship. He will not improve. Rafas is out. He didn't improve. But McLaren of Emu now coming to the line. He goes P2. He will be into the next part of qualifying. Who's next across the line? Comic now coming to the line. He's in a drop zone. Can he get out of it? Yes, he can. Goes up to P4. Who is left on their laps? New Era. J Morris goes P2, so he sends G-Eazy into the drop zone. New Era now goes P7. That sends Shifty Wazza into a drop zone, but Shifty Wazza's on a lap. He's not going to improve, though. And I think that is your qualifying session. Excellence has invalidated. Shifty Wazza's not improving. And Bavish is just getting out of the way of the track, so I don't think anybody else is going to improve. So that is your qualifying session. As Bavish gets through by the skin of his teeth, he tried that late gamble, and he is just about through. And another very controversial qualifying, but the big hitter, the big two hitters out there, you would say, or three even, G-Eazy, Excellence, and Mars, all quite big shocks going out in Q2. Very interesting qualifying session there. Thoughts, Sourdough?
You see both Red Bulls going out. That's both for Haas now. One Mercedes out, the other Gemma P2. And one Alfa Romeo out in P15 and the other in P8. This is mixed results. See what happens in Q3.
But interestingly, it is still this man, Shocklade. He topped Q1 and now he tops Q2. Shocklade seems like we want to beat at the minute. But the main guys are through. J Morris, Emu, Comic, Alex. But very good effort from Steri and Bavish to just get through. Idiot and Flob also up there. But the five knocked out is Shifty Wazza, G-Eazy, Excellence, Mars, and Rafas. G-Eazy going out after that late soft gamble. He did not improve. Excellence, P13. Shifty Wazza, P11. Mars, P14. Quite a big shock for him. He was P3 in the championship. And he's lucky to lose more points in that race. And Rafas just couldn't find a pace in P15. Well, that is your top 10. And we've got 12 minutes to decide the pole sitter. So, Southall, after all that, what are your predictions for pole? And I think it will be dry running because there's no rain whatsoever. So I think this is going to be the dry running that the drivers so eagerly wanted. But Sourtub? predictions for
Wow.
pole and get
Rain, everything unexpected. You've got drivers you wouldn't expect in Q3 here. You've got drivers would expect not here. It's anyone's game at the moment. I can't predict much.
Yeah, so do get your predictions in chat of who you think is going to get pole, or just name your top three. Idiot will be the first one out on track though. He's had a few connection issues, but he's going to also put that behind him and try and get pole today. Turn the graphics on. But I think it is fully dry now, so this is the first dry running they've got the whole session, so it's going to be a bit out of their comfort zone for the drivers. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Div 3 pole was actually still quicker than Div 2. So Idiot will be the first to set a lap. And we'll set the benchmark for each driver's new era. Is the only driver who has not gone out. So maybe he wants to save a few softs for a race possibly. But then again, they haven't used any softs so far as qualifying. So first dry lap of the session without any rain interventions. Here comes Idiot down the main straight. So let's go for a lap of this Mexico circuit for the third time, but this time is dry running. Heading down the straight, the long straight, waiting and waiting to brake. Now he slammed on the brakes, swinging it through turn 1, then the awkward chicane, riding the curbs nicely, then flick it through turn 3 on the exit, don't spin, keep it in track limits, then get on the DRS, second straight down towards turn 4, braking at the 100-meter board, shifting down to third gear, second gear for Idiot even. And then flicking through another chicane. Don't ride the curb too much. Gets a little squirmy on the exit. Might still be a little bit wet though. And the double apex. Awkward. Turn 6 on the exit. Gets on the power. A little bit slidey. Then winding through turn 7. Then flick right. Flick left. Nearly flat out. 6th gear for Idiots. That's gone wide. And now he is backed off. So Idiot backs off. That will not be good enough. But Shockley, fastest in Q1, fastest in Q2. Can he go fastest in Q3? Shockley coming down into the stadium section. Kisses the curb nicely. Then really awkward slow corner at turn 13. Still gets it through. And now around the final corner. Don't spin on the exit. Shockley coming to the line. He will go fastest. How's that going to compare to everyone else? So Shockley to the line with an 18.7. Comic behind, what is he doing? He is doing a 19.4, 7 tenths down. He has to mind a Bavish. Quite a surprise package so far this session as he displaces Comic in P2, 19.2 for him. Emu goes to P2, just slightly behind Shockley. Alex is starting a lap as Twosteri is now finishing a lap. Where can he put his McLaren? He goes to P3, just behind his teammate Emu, and those are your first few laps. So any big shocks there so far, Sauter?
I mean, it's no surprise, but it's Bavish so high up. With his recent performances, you wouldn't expect him to be so high up in the division above where he actually is.
Oh, as we look there to the Alfa Romeo of Flav, who appears to have had a spin on the exit of turn 10. So Flav breaks his front wing, and he's going to have to go again. He's not out of the session, so he can go again. But that is quite a setback for Flav. Here comes Jay Morris to the line now as he goes fastest. Jay Morris 5 tenths clear of Shockley. That's a very good lap from the Mercedes. Jay Morris goes up to P1, trying to make it back-to-back Mercedes wins this weekend. Alex, though, on a lap, is he going to get a bit of impeding? Oh, that's not very good from the Williams. Who is that? That's New Era impeding, and I think, yeah, that's going to be looked at by the stewards because That's poor impeding from New Era. Alex Rose still goes fastest. So that must have been an incredible lap there from Alex. All the track is still just drying up. Maybe it is still a little wet. So, yeah, this is quite... The times are really tumbling in this session. They've been tumbling all qualifying, but I know it's hard to predict, but Sourtop, who do you think is going to get pole now, knowing the time so far?
It's going to take some adjusting to the dries, but as a Mercedes driver, come on, Jay Morris.
True. Jay Morris looking very good indeed. He's in a very good position in the championship position because K5 out in Q1 and Mars out in Q2, both his rivals having bad qualifyings. So he knows there's a good chance to capitalise. New Era is currently on a lap. We'll see how he's getting on. 58.2, that's quite quick considering the session so far. Commentator's curse, Idiot. He's just starting a lap now, so Idiot, well, he's just an incredible driver. I mean, Idiot, he's going to absolutely boss the field. He's got his teammate up there with him, so he's just going to be absolutely incredible. As New Era goes P3, but Idiot is going to smash that like he always does. He's going to win the race by 30 seconds. Even with safety cars, he's just going to dominate the field, make some incredible overtaking in the meantime. And yeah, he's just an incredible driver who is not going to crash. He's going to win everything. And yeah, he's just too good. There you go, F1 Mad. There is your curse for the day. But Idiot, seriously, is on a lap. Twosteri, he's a second up. So Twosteri, what can he do as he rounds the final corner? Brings his McLaren to the line. And Twosteri goes fastest. With all the singing he's been doing in the last week, he will be glad with that. And he's going to be singing "We Are the Champions" if he wins this race. But Twosteri, the Div 3 driver, takes provisional pole here in Mexico. What a result this could be, Sourtop.
By 2 tenths, may I add.
No, it's no small margin, but
oh my.
He is brought back down to reality by Idiot, who I was just commentators cursing him, but clearly it motivated him. He now is into provisional pole, 4 tenths clear of the field. I think the track might still be drying because the times are improving quite a lot. So I think the track wasn't fully dry and it is still drying up from the wet weather. So this could be whoever gets out last on track could win the race. Could get pole, I should say. F1 Mad will pull a mad one. What do you mean by that? Emu, he's come out at a very strange time here, Emu, because he's going to do his lap now, but I don't think he'll have time to come back into pits and go out again. So, Emu deciding he wants to get his lap done with. And I think this might be his last lap of qualifying, so he's got to make it count.
Whoa, is that just me, or Idiot just cut the whole corner? I mean, it was his in lap, but...
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe...
We'll have to have a
maybe he did.
Of that after this race.
I don't know if that warrants a penalty, but...
I don't know.
Original pole sitter?
Well, I should know, because I'm a steward, but...
Well, no bias towards Mercedes incidents, obviously.
Obviously not,
Obviously not. But Emu, this will be his last lap of the session unless he stays on the same set of tyres. So what can he do? Infamous Div 2 driver, some for good things, some for bad things. And he's 1.3 seconds up. That could be challenging Idiot coming into the final sector. He needs a good final sector if he wants to take provisional pole. But will that time stand is the question. Emu coming around the final corner. Not spinning on the exit. On traction nicely and to the line. Emu takes provisional pole with a 16.9. That is all he's got. That is his final effort. Unless he goes for another lap on the same set of tyres, obviously. But Emu on provisional pole. McLaren 1-3. Game on for the rest to try and beat that.
Emu showing his skill. Emu. Yep, yeah, I've got the right driver there. Oh, I'm so delusional. She's gonna be good for his
Delusional for.
championship race.
Yeah, Emu a bit behind in the championship at the minute. 4th right now as we speak, but he's got a lot of time to gain up. Tavito saying Emu's cheating. Bit toxic, but okay, we'll stick with it. Comet will be the first one of the drivers who went out later to settle that. The last one to cross the line will be New Era. So we'll keep an eye on him because he could have the best track conditions. But these are your final laps. Comet will be the first to settle lap. So Tara Sub, final thoughts on how this qualifying is going to end.
Well, you can see McLaren have had an amazing qualifying, even though it's the reserve driver, so they're only getting points from Emu. Emu's looking to get
True.
third in the championship, being only 7 points behind Mars, who's had a terrible qualifying.
Yeah, so a big chance for McLaren to, well, obviously Twitch won't score any points for them, but still, this will really be a confidence boost for Twitch Dairy. 7 tenths up for Comic in the first sector, as expected, with the track ramping up. He's gone wide, though. Is that invalid? No, it isn't. So Comic gets away without an invalidation there. He's very fortunate there. It would have cost him a lot of time, though. So Comic making his way through the technical middle sector, weaving left, right, left, right. How's his middle sector going to fare? He's going to be improving. How much can he improve by, though? Middle sector split, 57.7, 1.3 seconds up. That will put him... Oh, is that actually... I wouldn't put him that far up, you know. Comic not improving as much as I think he will want to. He's only on an 18-1 as we stand, but how much improvement can he find through that final sector? The 2 McLarens on laps behind him. We'll see how they get on. Comic will set the first lap of these final runs. Comet goes P3, just behind Idiot. What about Emu? Provisional pole. Is he improving? Yes, he is improving. He improves by a tenth. What could Twusteri do? He beats his teammate. 3 tenths faster than Emu. Twusteri takes pole. What about Flob? Coming to the line, he is P2, just behind Twusteri. Idiot. He's now coming to the line. What can he do about Twusteri? He does not improve his position. Still P4. Can Twusteri take an unbelievable pole here at Mexico? Babish coming around the final corner. What's he got? Babish goes P6. Great effort from the Aston Martin. Shocklade, is he improving? Shocklade comes to the line. And he goes up to P3, just behind Flob. L. Alex, J. Morris. J. Morris comes to the line. He's still behind Twooge. The more they fall, they can't beat him. And that's your qualifying. Twooge is on pole position here at Mexico. What a qualifying here at Mexico. It's a McLaren 1.5, but it's not in the order we expected. We were contemplating him getting knocked out in Q1. But here he is, the singing man himself. Twusteri takes pole here in Mexico. I am absolutely lost for words. And I think Sourtub is as well. What an end to qualifying.
I think about every driver's been on pole at some point in qualifying. This has been amazing.
And Twusteri, the Div 3 driver, is outclassed these Div 2 drivers, and you start to think, could he become a Div 2 driver after that stunning performance? Babish, good effort from him in P8 as well. I think all these drivers will feel a little embarrassed that have been done like that, but J. Morris not far behind. Flob also right behind him. Shocklade's been quick all session, he's P4. Emu a bit of disappointment considering his teammates outqualified him. Idiot P6, Comic P7, Babish P8, Alex P9, and New Era P10. What a qualifying session that was. Huge shocks, Q1, Q2, Q3. And if a race is anything like this, then we are in for a thriller. What a qualifying.
Just hoping for a cleaner race so I don't have to deal with 10 incidents.
So it is dry, thankfully.
Oh, I got an ear in.
Have we got an ear rape?
Some J-Rise.
I'm not going to do it off the start because that would just be yeah, it'd just be bad. So I'll just do it here. So as we prepare to start the race, let's have a look at what tyres the driver was starting on. It's very interesting because we've got split of mediums and soft. So 1+1 hard, which is interesting, but very big split. Now as we wait till the race to start, it is still. Bro, you guys actually want the ear rape? Oh, okay, fine. I'll do the ear rape off the start. I'll do it on the run down to turn 1. I'll ear rape down to turn 1. I mean, gotta give the people what they want. No, noob, I'm not doing a K5 TV pod. Like, he's last place. I've got to keep track of the people at the front. But let's actually keep an eye on new tyres because Sourtub, you have first-hand experience of this. How was the race? Like, I think tyre wear's pretty high around here. Was it a 1-stop or 2-stop preferred?
The strategy was a 2-stop, but the race ended up being a 2-stop with mistakes and crashes and all sorts.
Yeah, so as we look, a split between mediums and softs, apart from Excellence, who's on the hards, interestingly. No, noob, I'm not. I can't do K5 TV pod. I'm not spectating a driver at the back who literally, like, damn, you can agree with this. I can't spectate a driver who's last place. Off the start, I just ruined the start. I told him to ready up at 31, so we'll get going in 30 seconds approximately.
Oh, I'll be 30 seconds then.
What? Oh, noob's toxic because I won't spectate K5.
Back in 30 seconds then.
Beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, we should get going in a second. 1 hour, 7 minutes on the stream, and we're about to get this Mexico City Grand Prix underway. Let's have a look at tyres. So, the top 7, all on mediums, apart from Shocklade, who's on the softs. Soft behind them are Babish and Alex. Mediums all the way, everyone else behind them on the mediums. Excellent still on the hards, though. So, interesting strategy call from the Mercedes. Never spectate K5 ever. Okay, Damas. Just to anger noob, I take it. Do I have to do ear rape off start? We should be getting going any time soon. Or I can hear the beeper, so we are about to get going. Beeper is sounding, and we are about to get going for this Mexico City Grand Prix. So after the start, there's now 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. And it's lights down, away we go. It's a long hold on the start, but off the line, Twooge Sterry will have to defend against Jay Morris, who has already taken the lead. On the run down towards turn 1, running on board with Flop, who looks to be inside of a McLaren. Heading down here, turn 1, Jay Morris covers the outside. Can Flop go down the inside of a McLaren? Twooge Sterry. Flop down the inside, Twooge hangs it around the outside. Emu wheel to wheel with Shockley in the background as Flop makes contact with Twooge Sterry on the exit. I'll stop voice cracking now because ruins the start, but Flop up to P2 in an aggressive manner. Here comes Shockley now. Wheel to wheel with Twooge Sterry. Twooge had a bad start after his pole. Heading down into turn 3. Twooge hangs it on the inside and keeps P3. There's been a bit of contact there. As now, Shockley is spun around by Emu, I think that was. Idiot forces Emu off on the exit. Alex trying to go around the outside of Comic on the exit. But a horrible start there for Shockley, who's been spiraled down to the back. Emu now P5. Let's have a look at the position change. Idiot, a big gainer there, along with Alex. As now, Emu and Comic jolting away, but nearly 3 wide. Here comes Alex now, down the inside of both of them. Alex down the inside of Comic, that's going to get risky. On the exit, let's run aboard with Emu as they run on board Wheel to wheel into the stadium section. Babish now ahead of Emu. Bit of contact there. New Era trying to make his way through. Shockley making his way back up the order. Bit of contact there on the exit. But it's Jay Morris away and in the lead. More contact. Contact everywhere. You look down the field. But it's all spread out the front. Chaos at the back. As the look of his fighting all the way down here. Sourtub, what can you tell me? Okay, we have lost Sourtub. But look at this battling down for P11. Mars on the inside of Tiger gets up into P11. K5 up to P13 after he started last. Row reaction, wheel to wheel, Shifty Wazzle looking to bounce back after his difficult qualifying. Shifty Wazzle gets forced off. Here comes Excellence trying to capitalise on those hard tyres. Row reaction burning his ERS just to stay ahead. Fives your order. Emu's pitting for a new front wing. So Emu has dropped all the way to the back. That is not what he would have wanted. But Twooge in P3, poor start from him after his pole position. But J Morris seems to be pulling away from Flov at the minute. Let's have a look at tyres. Those are your tyres. So Alex, no wonder he had a good start. He is on the soft tyres. Babish also on the soft tyres having a good start. So they'll need to make these last while they are quick. K5 though, he's already had a great start, gained 5 positions, and now he's on the back of his other championship rival, right behind Mars. As we look to the front, Twooge seems to be burning a lot of battery to try and overtake Flov, or Flov might just be using higher wings. Heading into turn 1, does Twooge want to have a look? Has a little peek to the inside, there's battling going on behind. Jeezy ahead of Babish, Shocklade also ahead of Babish as Shocklade has left the session. So I'll invite him back. Hopefully he can get back in quickly. Jeezy having some connection issues. Sourtub having some connection issues, so we hope to get him back in soon. Twooge defending from Idiot behind. Idiot trying to get the switch back as turn 6. Doesn't quite work out as Babish gets back ahead of Shocklade, who is lagged out. New Era also passing him. K5 still behind Mars at the minute. Idiot now. He's really putting the pressure on Twitch there. Here he comes out to the inside of turn 12. Can Idiot make the move up into P3? Yes, he can. Goes a little wide though. Can Twooge get the switch back into the stadium? No, just stays behind for now. Twooge is going to get the DRS on Idiot now. And Idiot's already burnt a lot of his DRS. So has most of the field, to be fair. As now it's going to be a big battle down the main straight. Can Comic try and now get past all of them? Heading down the straight, Alex doesn't want to give up the place up as here comes Alex on Twooge now to the inside of a McLaren. On those soft tyres, making them work as here comes Comic now trying to get both of them. Down to turn 1, Twooge goes wide, gets a penalty. As Twooge now concedes both positions, Comic up to P5, Alex up to P4. And it's all going wrong for Twooge after his sensational qualifying. But Comic up to P5, he's had a very good start. Let's have a look at the position change. Meanwhile, we got back to this battling. New Era ahead of K5, who has overtaken Mars. That's crucial for his race. Mars one of the top runners. Meanwhile, Babish and Jeezy battling. Babish hangs it on the outside. On the exit into turn 6. Riding on board with Jeezy on the inside. Brilliant battling between the two drivers on the exit. It is Babish who just stays ahead of the Haas. Great battling there. Makes a bit of contact. Did Jeezy get some front wing damage? Let's hope not. Meanwhile, this battle still rages on. Excellence ahead of Shocklade, who's still lagging back. Rafash trying to get ahead of them as well. Battling does not stop back here. But Alex looking very quick on those soft tyres. Can he now try and overtake Idiot? Sourtub, if you can hear me, try and get back in the best way possible. And if someone could show me a hydration,
I am very laggy. I am very, very laggy.
Laggy is in like a voice or like your camera?
My whole PC is just it's hanging in there.
Can you still commentate in some way?
Yeah.
Oh, there's 3 wide between the two Asses and Babish. Sorry to cut you off, but Babish loses 2 positions in one race. Both Asses go through on the Aston Martin. Jeezy from Tiger from Babish. Great battling between these 3. But still at the front, Flov's forming a bit of a train behind him now between Idiot, Alex, Comic, and Twooge. Twooge just about keeping with them. Thank you, Tyler, for the hydration battle.
Has to have workers keep the rest of the pack as they got brief findings of Twooge with with Bavish just behind Tiger, who's moved up 8 places from the start. And he overtakes his teammate of G-Easy.
Yeah, Tiger is absolutely flying. Knocks out Q1. He's up 9 positions. Is he on the soft tyres? No, he's
Mediums,
not. So that is just genuine pace from Tiger. So really quick. Was that a bit of team orders between the two Hasses? G-Easy let him past. Anyway, Tiger still with a phenomenal start, looking to try and save his weekend. Meanwhile, G-Easy letting past Tiger might leave him vulnerable to Bavish behind now. Here comes the Aston Martin now.
Alex looking for the move. Idiot sends it on the inside.
Oh! Lots of contact there. Flob makes contact with Idiot. That loses the position to Alex. But here comes Comic now. Can he get both of them? He overtakes Flob. Can he now get Alex? Heading down into turn 4. Just stays behind. Flob losing a lot of positions there. Unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo. But it is still Jay Morris pulling away up front. Idiot now P2 with a bit of a gap back to Alex. Did Flob get wing damage from that incident possibly? I did invite you, Shotclade. I'll invite you again if you need it. We'll stick with this battle because it is really on for P2. So round 2 of this battle. How long will it take for Alex's sauce to drop off? It seems to be going fine at the minute. As New Era gets a time penalty. Down the straight, here comes Comic on the Ferrari. Can he make the move on Alex? Idiot's flashing, any down here turn 1. Can Alex go down the inside of a Williams? That's risky, he made contact. Idiot half spins on the exit, Comic goes down the inside. Alex sends it on the inside and made more contact. Here comes Flob now, trying to get them both back. Then 3 wide on the exit. This can only end badly. Heading down the straight. Who's going to make the move? Watching on board from 2 stereo, look up front. Alex has to back out. Flob around the outside. Comic hangs on to position, or does he? Does Flob back down the inside? Riding on board with Alex now. Flob hangs on the inside of Comic and takes back the position. Incredible racing there from all 4 drivers. And it is Flob who takes back P3 in this race. Meanwhile, Jay Morris, look at the gap. He's got 6 seconds. He's absolutely chilling up at the front. Meanwhile, Twosteri spun. Twosteri spinning in the middle sector. And while qualifying went so well, he's now spiraling to the back. And what could have been an incredible day for McLaren has now spiraled down into chaos and horribleness. McLaren now 16th and 18th after starting 1st and 5th. What can you comment, Sour Sub?
New Era try to look for a move on Mars. Can he get the better exit out into the straight? He doesn't see it.
We cut back to the front now. Comic having a look at Flov, not quite working. Alex also hot on his heels. But this battle you were talking about, can New Era get ahead of Mars? No, Mars just defends the position. Meanwhile, this battle for P2 still really getting feisty. Nearly everyone is practically out of ERS already. ERS is such a drainer around here. Oh, it's now Alex down the inside into the middle sector zone. That's risky, but he gets a move done. Brilliant move there. From the Ferrari, Alex back up into P4. But have they lost DRS to Flov in front? It's going to be tight. Babish still going very strong in P7. As now Tiger, he's going to see those cars getting ever closer and closer. And Tiger going out Q1 could still be on for a very good result here. You said he was quick around here, Sourtub. He's proving it right now.
That commentator curse didn't last.
Well, it didn't last. Let's hope I didn't just commentate his curse in Ben. Meanwhile, does Flov want to look for a move on Idiot? Idiot weaving a bit to try and break the toe, but Flov gaining all the while. He's not burning ERS, it's just DRS. Here he comes now, down into turn 1. Flav takes P2. Idiot doesn't fight that too much and is happy to just sit behind the Alfa Romeo for now. Still these four in formation. Does Alex want to have a look at the Williams? Meanwhile, Mars battling with excellence. Two very quick drivers today.
Alex looks down the inside.
Oh,
can he make the move? Idiot,
sorry,
contact, it's contact.
Idiot doesn't want to give it up on the exit. Hangs on the inside, but Alex takes P3. What can Comic say about this? He's happy to just stay inside. Shocklade, I have invited you. I've invited you multiple times. There it is again.
All this fighting.
Alex, he just about kept with Flav. Yeah, you're right. Tiger really closing in on this fight. We could be in for a 5-way battle for P2. Shocklade's finally back in, but he's lost way too much time. Very unfortunate as well, because he was on for a great race. Meanwhile, this battle rages on, and I don't think Alex got DRS. He didn't, so Flav pulling away from this lot.
Gaining, he goes around the outside.
Idiot takes P3. What can Comic do about this? He's going to try and take both of them down the inside into turn 1. Comic in the LP takes P2, but Idiot's not having that. Hangs it around the outside, riding on board with Alex. He's got a front row seat of his battle on the exit. Comic takes P3.
Idiot spins.
Contact on the exit. Idiot spun around by Alex. Alex and Idiot both losing a ton of time. Tiger's all of a sudden up to P4 now. Comic and Flav left to her own devices, but that is going to be talked about after a race between Alex and Idiot. Both consequences for both of them.
It's a disaster for McLaren down to P16, 17 after such a good qualifying.
Could say it's a disaster for Williams as well. Only P6 and 9 after their very good showing in quali. Tiger all of a sudden, he's back into the mix for P2. But that is going to be quite a big setback for Alex and Idiot. They're not lost all hope. They are still not too far behind, but it has spread out the field a bit more. Meanwhile, Babish, right behind Jeezy. His soft still going strong. Shocklades are tired. Shocklades are tired. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has triggered the safety car. And already, as expected, lots of cars diving into the pit lane. Alex got there first. I think Alex changed the front wing, so that's ideal for the Ferrari. New Era pitting, excellent pitting, and I wouldn't be surprised if the whole field pits now. The top 5 had already passed the pit lane when it got enabled. New wants me to spectate Emu. Okay, Emu coming into the pits. He's going to have to double stat with his teammate, so that's going to cost him a bit of time. But Emu, he'll be happy with a safety car. That brings it back in. Robot Reaction. Robot Reaction has pitted for softs. He's gone back to his own horrible strategy ways. Robot Reaction back onto the intermediates. It's deja vu for the Aston Martin. Robot Reaction on the intermediate tyres. I don't know what on earth he's doing. But he's surely going to have to pit again because it does not look like intermediate conditions. But I'm going to assume the top 7 will pit this lap because...
Yeah, Babish will be looking to pit on a 10-lap old soft.
Yeah, this has worked out very well for the soft runners. Emu, interestingly, everybody has gone for the hards. Medium, Excellence went for the mediums. Emu's gone for the softs, so keep an eye on him on the restart. Yeah, look, as expected, J Morris pitting. J Morris is not going to be happy with this. His massive lead that he built up evaporated in an instant. Flav pitting, Comic pitting, Tiger also pitting. Is anybody stay out? That's the question. K5's all of a sudden back into this race.
Yeah, Morris on new softs.
Now, have a look at this. Babish is staying out. That is very strange. I have no idea why he's not pitting. Idiot might... Actually, J Morris comes out to pits and he's just behind Babish. I don't know what Babish is doing. He's on the softs, which are probably going to die out soon, like around now. Yet for some reason he's staying out, so... I mean, he's got enough to lose as a diff 3 driver, but... Yeah, very interesting Ferrari strategy from Irish. As K5 comes out into this race in P10, he'll be quite happy with that. But it is interesting at front because Jay Morris has gone to softs. Comic has also gone to softs. So they are going to try a two-stop strategy. Flov and everybody else, I'm assuming, maybe not Excellence, but everyone is trying. So there's a big split here between a one-stop and a two-stop. The hard runners are going to try and make it to the end. The soft runners, they're going to pit again, probably for mediums, and they're going to try the two-stop. So, Sourtub, you know more about this than I do, with safety cars and pit stops and two-stops and stuff. Like, how's it going to work for the drivers?
I guess Babish is stretching out the softs to get the most out of hards or mediums, whatever he pits for. Others definitely have to pit again. They're going to get a tyre punch if they don't. Hards will make it. Mediums is slightly stretching it. I don't know what Robot Reaction has done going on to the intermediates. They'll have to pit again.
Here is Robot Reaction on the intermediate tyres. And he's probably going to pit this lap. I don't know how he's ended up on the intermediates, but yeah. But McLaren and Red Bull can still salvage something from this weekend. They're last right now, but they're going to look to make a comeback. Ferrari all of a sudden on for a very good result here. K5 making his way up the order, and Alex in a net P4.
Did Comic overtake Tiger in the pits, I'm guessing? Because Tiger is now down to P5.
Oh no, Comic was already ahead of Tiger, I think, before pit stops.
Ah, that's right, I was just focusing on a different area, I guess.
Now, Robot Reaction is staying out. Robot Reaction is staying out on the intermediate tyres. Now, I'm not sure if this is a visual glitch and he's actually on softs or mediums.
No, when you go into...
For all we know...
TV pod, you see he's on the definitely on inters.
Yeah, so I have no idea what Robot Reaction is doing.
Is he
gonna rain? Maybe. Can somebody in the chat tell me if it's going to rain? It is getting cloudy, I will say. But whether it's enough for rain, I don't think so. The drivers told me it was 25%, which is quite high, but still less likely. We should get safety car in this lap. Shifty Waz has nearly caught up. Well, Babish is going to be a sitting duck.
Still not on those 12 lap-old tyres. Softs at that.
Yeah. Safety car in this lap? I think it might be staying out another lap. Oh, and look at that. Look at that camera angle. It is raining. It is raining here in Mexico for the second time this weekend. As now the driver, who we thought could be now in the box. Now safety car is in this lap. Chaos here in Mexico. As we get ready to go racing again, Babish really parking the bus. Right on board with Jay Morris. But the man who we thought was an idiot 2 seconds ago could now be a genius. Robot Reaction could be on for an incredible result here. But we get going again. On the restart, Excellence already clears K5. Well, Alex is pitting. New Era is pitting. Are they pitting for inters? Let's have a look. They are pitting for inters. So, Robot Reaction could be a genius here. Well, Robot Reaction pitting again. We're heading down into turn 1. Excellence. Right, look at this train. Babish holding everybody up. He's so much slower. Comic just ahead of Tiger Gamer. Tiger Gamer's falling back a little bit. He's now wheel to wheel with Idiot. But Jay Morris now ahead of Babish. Flov ahead of Comic. But look at the rain. It's all of a sudden chucked it down. The rain has come down here in Mexico and they are sliding all over the place. Excellence on the exit. Idiot's had a little spin. K5 back up to P7. And now on the exit, there's been spins everywhere. They can't handle the conditions. Babish has spun. Then 3 wide he is to turn 7. That's risky. Tiger now on to P2. Wheel to wheel with Flov around the middle sector. That is risky. Flov hangs it around the outside. As now Twoosh Sterry's out of the session. As there's another safety car. That is going to help the people left out because they now can pit under the safety car and not lose any time. What a chaotic restart there. But in the end, it is still Jay Morris happily in front. What on earth has happened there, Sourtub?
Yeah, the rain was so unexpected. Babish on old softs is helpless in that. I don't know if it was contact, but that spin. I see he loses the grip just there as well. All got pit, surely.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah,
going to pit.
as they pull into the pits now.
Now, the drivers who pitted last lap will be very frustrated here because the others aren't going to lose as much time. They could have been leading this race. Let's look at all the activity in the pit lane. Mars got a penalty. But where is New Era going to come out compared to everybody else? Making our way down the main straight. Everybody coming out the pits now. As New Era. He is... Is he ahead of Flav? No, he gives it back. So New Era and Alex come out 3rd and 4th. Flav just about hangs on to P2. So it's actually worked out well for them. Emu is P12 after that. But there's so much rain here at Mexico. I mean, we did not expect this.
And a safe
Raw reaction
again.
and all that. Raw reaction and all that. Even after pitting early for Inters, he's somehow still last position, even though he was the one who pitted earlier. So very strange.
He was already on Inters. Why did he pit again?
I don't know. It's a very interesting strategies all down the field. But we're not even halfway through this race. That is how much action that has gone on. So, halfway through, get your predictions in. I don't care what predictions they are, because literally anything could happen in this race still. Yeah, Shockblade, how did you DNF in the end? Because you actually sparked all the chaos with that safety car. How did you actually DNF in the end? Because you joined back, but then soon after that you DNF'd, I think. Let's double check penalties. So 3 seconds for New Era and Excellence, and 5 seconds for Mars. So they're doing well to avoid track limit penalties for now. But look at those position gains. New Era up 7, Alex up 5, Tiger up 11, K5 up 10, Excellence up 6. Huge gain is this race. Big loser here is Idiot, really. Out of all this. So I think we'll get going this lap, but it's going to be very treacherous for all the drivers. So Sourtub, who's your man to win the race? I mean, Jay Morris looks really unstoppable at the minute. He's avoided all this chaos.
He is looking very fast, but Tiger coming from P14, I've got to support my friend.
You still think he can? You still think he's got a shot of winning this?
Maybe not winning because Jay Morris is really rapid so far. Hopefully, podium for Tiger.
Quick game, Idiot reset to track before. You know, yeah, I think I did see that. So I think that'll go to the stewards.
And the safety car is in this lap.
So this is where the gloves are going to come off. Still 20 laps left of this race. As we ride on board with Flav, he's awaiting Jay Morris's sign to go. But when does Jay Morris stamp on the accelerator? As Tiger and Alex having a little battle for some reason. They're quite spread out. I thought they'd be a lot more bunched up. As when is Jay Morris going to get going? Really leaving this late, right to the line. Does he get going now? He's leaving this right up to the line. Now he gets going. We are racing again as Alex gets a 5-second time penalty for ignoring the out flag. Look how far behind they've dropped. As New Era putting pressure on Flav in front. But the chaos is all behind. Look at this. 3-way battle, 4P3. But New Era to the outside of Flav. Heading into turn 1. Can he hang it around the outside? Flav doesn't want to give it up. Now on the inside. Can New Era get ahead? Hangs it around the outside. Brilliant racing between the two. And on the exit, Flav still has a will. Air contact. New Era into the barriers. Flav's lost his front wing. The pack avoid it. Another safety car. But what on earth was that incident between New Era and Flop for P2 in this race? The pack managed to avoid the debris, but Flop's lost his front wing. New Era is out the race. What a collision. What a restart. What chaos the Mexican Grand Prix is bringing us here. Salvatore, have you got anything to add to that? Unbelievable.
The moment I look away, something happens. Looking further down grid.
As Idiot now, he gets a penalty as well. More penalties left, right and centre. But Williams have all of a sudden now lost a huge chance at a big chunk of points here. Wow, this race does not stop giving. And Flov, he's got to pit now, and sure he's going to drop to the back. Be interested to see if anybody else pits. J. Morris stays out, and most of the rest of the pack will stay out. So Alfa Romeo having a very bad day as well now, it's all turned into. But Flov is still lucky to be in this race. Idiot also pitting. I think he wants to get rid of his 5-second time penalty.
Tiger is now on the podium position.
Idiot actually got from wing damage somewhere in there, so he's changing it as well. So Flov and Idiot both drop into the back. There's actually quite a lot of people in the pits. Shifty was also pitting, reaction pitting, so they're taking a gamble as well on those fresh inters. But Jay Morris, he's led every single lap of this race. When you look at his race, you think it'd be boring, but the race behind him has been, frankly, unbelievable. Alex, P2, he has got a penalty though for a collision. He might get that appealed though, because penalties under the safety car are quite silly. Tiger started P15, now P16, now P3. And he could still have a shot of winning, and that'll be quite the prediction from Sauersil if he does go on to win this. Comic P4 also making a good comeback for the Alpine. Excellence Div 3 rate driver also going well in P5. Jeezy P6, he's in a good position. Hasser on for a very good points haul. Babish P7 still going strong in the Div 3 driver. Emu's starting to make his way back up the pack. He made a comeback last time after getting a drive-through in Hungary. He's now up to P8, so Emu back on the charge. Mars has had a very difficult weekend, and he's only P9. K5, only P10. He's not going to be satisfied with that. He's going to want to minimise the damage to Jay Morris in the championship. And Flov, Shifty, Idiot, Rafas, and Road Reaction all pitting. So keep an eye on them, because they will have the freshest tyres. But are we going to get another chaotic restart as we get going next lap?
It's Jay Morris's dream weekend as you catch up 5M5 in the championship. It couldn't go any better for him for now. Jeezy on the mediums.
Yes. Excuse me?
You're getting dry. Jeezy's pit the mediums.
What?
What? Is it getting drier?
From our perspective, it still looks to be chucking it down right now. But Jeezy is on mediums, and he is taking a gamble. Haas have already got one person in a good position for the race. But Jeezy, it doesn't look to be getting any drier, so I don't know what his plan is. But he's taking a gamble, as Excellence and Babish had a duel in, I think.
He had a secure position with points, and now he's taken a major gamble. Jesus.
Yeah, so very strange strategy. Let's just double check penalties. Also, Emo, if you're watching, I'm just gonna get some here's some like perspectives from you, so you can get a thumbnail for the race. That's a good shot there for you to get. But we'll be safety car in this lap, so we got it all to do again in this race. There you go. That's also a good shot. Meanwhile, safety car in this lap, so we are about to get going again. There are your penalties. But now it's Alex's turn to have a go at Jay Morris. How does Jay Morris play it this time? Does he wait right till the line to go again? Alex will recognise where he went last time, and now he gets going again. Jay Morris with another good restart. Road reaction gets another penalty, but we are racing again. As Tiger now putting the pressure on Alex. Comic right behind him as well. Making our way down the main straight, running on board the Alpine. Tiger tucks in the slipstream of Alex. They're all gaining on Jay Morris. Heading down into turn 1. Who's going to make the move? Tiger round the outside of Alex, squirming around a little bit though. That may leave him balls to Comic. He's now trying to go round the outside. Babish now is contact with Comic. Babish breaks into one wing. Excellence now. Batting with his Div 3 rival. Making our way down the straight. Comic still P4. But can Babish now hold on to that P5? He's got wing damage. At K5 now, he's had a great restart. Wheel to wheel with Mars. Can he go around the outside of a Red Bull? Here's Flob now on the fresh intermediates trying to get ahead as well. As Shifty Wazzle, what a move that is from Idiot on the exit to get ahead of a Red Bull. K5 back down the inside and Mars on the exit. K5 up into P7. What can Flob do about this now? Trying to go around the outside of a Red Bull. Can Mars hang on the inside? Bit of contact. Brilliant racing there. Flob, what a move. Babish now holding on to P5 with that wing damage. Excellent, so he's happy to make the switch back. And Babish now starting to tumble down the order after that contact. Flob, he's going to make a move as well to the inside. He's having a very good restart. Flob, and he makes contact. He nearly spins around K5. He doesn't spin around K5. K5 spinning round. Babish back up into P6. Mars up to P7. Flob falling down the order, wheel to wheel with his teammate. But that is a big setback for both drivers, and we'll see if anyone got wing damage then. Babish staying out, even with that wing damage. As now he's got a 5-second time penalty as well. Still, the battle rages on up at the front. Can Tiger get up into P2, putting pressure on Alex? Just stays behind for now. Comic not too far behind either. Meanwhile, we'll look back to Mars. Idiot, K5 all joined, nearly 3 wide. K5 gets squeezed out. Idiot back down the inside of Mars, making a bit of contact. Mars gets squeezed out. Road reactions aside from the session. In the pit lane, fact, please, so it won't be a safety car. Babish has got 10 seconds left of time penalties on the exit. Absolute carnage is now. Tiger battling with Alex for P2. Tiger trying to go around the outside, gets squeezed out. Here's now Comet to capitalise on the inside of turn 6. Can he go down the inside? Tiger leaves in the room. And on the exit, who gets the best one? I think it's Comic who might be looking to make the move. Can Tiger hang it on the inside?
Tiger trying to hang on to P4.
Just has to concede and Comic back. Just has to concede. Comic back up into P3. Brilliant racing at the front. Chaotic racing at the back. I haven't had much time for you to talk, Soursoul, but tell me what's been going on at the back.
I don't know if the decision left behind so Jeezy on 2 lap or mediums, it doesn't seem to be drying out at all. Emu 7 seconds behind Jeezy on fresh intermediates. Pit for some reason, probably damage. Both off the rails close together, trying to work their way up the pack. Just behind Shifty as the Red Bull.
Babish finally pitting, he's realised that he can't race with this front wing.
As Babish pits.
Here comes Mars now, on the outside of Idiot, getting that position back from the Williams. Mars can he go around the outside? Idiot just stays behind for now. K5, can he try and capitalise? Very squirming the exit. Idiot gets a time penalty. On the exit. What can K5 do? Can he try and overtake Idiot? And then down the straight, just stays behind the Ferrari for now. Here comes Flob now, nearly to back of Shifty Wazza.
Babish pits onto mediums.
Really falling apart.
Maybe the track is drying out because Babish is now on mediums.
Very interesting strategy. Well, Emu's just overtaken Jeezy, so the intermediates are still better. Meanwhile, Tiger putting pressure on Comic. Is he got more speed in the Alpine after losing the position earlier to the Alpine? Comic just about keeping with the Ferrari up front. Meanwhile, Idiot battling away with Mars for P6. Mars, I think, will take P6 after his struggle of the weekend so far. His conditions are so treacherous for the drivers. Still navigating their way through. Very close battle from 6th down to 11th. But Salzo, keep an eye out for me on Jeezy and like watch the battle to Emu and see if it does start to go down at any point. Because will tell us if the mediums are any quicker.
The mediums are still looking a lot slower as he loses seconds after seconds. I go to the penalty now.
Oh, Tiger gets a penalty. So track limits starting to cause havoc.
The mediums don't seem to be very grippy 2 and 3.
Yeah, so big gamble there from the drivers, but it's not working out for them.
Now down to 10 seconds behind Emu. Idiot picks up another 3-second penalty.
But Tiger with that penalty out, setting back a bit. Excellence has caught these people up. He's really going quickly right now. Saying he's on for another good result, but Tiger right behind Comic now. Making our way down the straight. Is this defenseless from the Alpine? Tiger's got the straight line speed. Comics ran out of the RS. And down the straight, it looks like Tiger's going to take that P3 back.
Looks like team
Comic's
orders
still
from
just
Alfa
edging
Romeo.
ahead.
There's off, let's ride.
But Tiger up to P3. He's got that penalty though, so I think Comic will be happy to just sit behind him for now. Alex also with that 5-second time penalty as Idiot battles with Marv and he finally gets ahead of a Red Bull. That's a crucial move there for the Williams and he needs to build a big gap behind if he wants to salvage a result. It's deteriorated for a lot of teams today as Emu is pissing for the softs.
Emu on the softs now. Must be getting higher.
So yeah, with this many people pitting for dries, it must be getting drier. It's just a point of when it does get dry.
It doesn't seem to be raining anymore, but the track is definitely very wet still.
From our perspective anyway. Which is about how long it takes to dry up. I tell you, if Jay Morris doesn't win this race, then there's something very strange going on. Because he's been dominating this, he has avoided all the chaos happening behind him, and he's led every single lap of this race. Meanwhile, Idiot leaves Mars, who leaves K5, who leaves Wazza, who leaves Rafas, and who leaves Flov. These guys all battling for P8, just behind K5. On the exit, Shifty Wazza, the Div 3 driver, can he overtake the Div 2 championship leader? Heading down the straight, K5's burning his battery, don't want to give it up. Rafas not too far behind. Tiger starting to catch Alex as well, but he will finish ahead of him as it stands due to penalties. Now, I'm just watching Jeezy's mediums and he's still not catching the Inters in front, so yeah. And even if they did pit for softs, they'd still come out ahead of them, so yeah, the slick runners really not working out for them. Mars caught back up to Idiot in the battle for P6. Yeah, really treacherous conditions for these drivers, but they are still going strong. And there's not been too many mistakes, to be fair, so very well done to these drivers on that aspect. As, look at this, K5 really coming under pressure from the Red Bull behind. Rafas right behind them as well. What's happening to K5? Championship lead, he's finishing the top 3 every race this season, but he's struggling this race and he's falling back. Meanwhile, Excellence ahead of Comic now. Excellence Div 3 driver up to P4. Comic still hasn't got a penalty, so that is a bonus on his side. Meanwhile, Tiger Gamer, wheel to wheel with Alex. Does Alex want to give it up? Heading down into turn 4. Can Tiger get the switch back now? Round turn 4. Can he make a move on the inside to turn 6? Just stays behind for now, but Tiger really piling on the pressure for Alex in front. Jamie Esther, has the race been clean? Yeah, not really overall. There's been a lot of good battles, but there's been a lot of crashes and incidents, and there'll be a lot of talk in the steward's room after this. But the battle's still raging on. Alex with the big slide, and here comes Tiger now. Can he capitalise on a mistake from Alex? Down the inside into turn 12. Tiger up into P2 now, but with that penalty, he will drop behind Comic as it stands. But look at these fall. Nose to tail for P2 here. As G gets a penalty, compounding his struggles as the slicks still don't become faster. But you must be happy, Sour Tubs with Tiger up to P2. But Excellence might be chasing him down now because he's putting Alex under pressure, heading down the straight. Here comes Excellence now to the inside of a Ferrari. Alex doesn't want to give the Mercedes the inside, but heading down here turn 1. Can Excellence go down the inside? Late move there from Alex. Fair though. Can Excellence go around the outside though? On the inside of turn 2, better contact there. Alex gives him the room. On the switch back though. Can Excellence have a look? Comic now bringing him back into the mix. Can he now take for a move? But here comes Excellence now. Round 2 with Alex. Can he go around the outside of a Ferrari? Very close between two drivers. Going to go all the way around the outside. Now wheel to wheel. Alex making contact with Excellence as they force each other off the track. As Comic says, thank you very much. I'll go by both of you. It's like through goes Hamilton. But Excellence and Alex with an incident. That might be investigated. Comic now back up into P3. Very strange incident. There's DRS enabled. That could be a sign that the track is drying up. And now threatening J. Morris's dominating lead over this. He doesn't want to mess up the lead he's got. Babbage gets a penalty, compounding his woes at the back. That might leave K5 under pressure. Shifty was behind us. Here he comes now.
I think the softs might be now worth it.
Have you been watching now? They started to catch the enters.
No, they've still lost like another 20 seconds. But
well,
they do seem now to be faster. Oh no, or is it G-Eazy?
Everybody is pitting.
G-Eazy is now pit. I think.
Jay Morris is pit. Excellence has stayed out.
G-Eazy has pit. Everyone onto softs now. Tiger serving his penalty.
Rafas 5-second penalty. A lot of people serving their penalties.
Shifty Wizard. He's crashed into the pit lane.
Shifty was a crash. Oh, he has.
Not DNF.
Shifty.
But there is crash.
Oh, we're double stacking it Alfa Romeo. That's going to be very costly. That's going to cost them a lot of time here.
Excellence
leads the race, but it is definitely not intermediate ties. Excellence going to lose a lot of time here. That is going to be very costly for him. Comic, though, he's in a very good position. Because he's on for a net P2 right now. He just has to keep within 3 seconds of Tiger Gamer.
Tiger Gamer currently stands outside of the podium with his penalties.
But I think they will undercut Excellence because Excellence is going to be suffering on this lap on softs. K5 is pitted for the mediums, interestingly. He doesn't think the softs will last.
Maybe Excellence does finally pit. Well, that's that's impossible.
Oh,
it didn't go out.
Excellence
speeding in the pit now.
Very, very. I'll invite Rafas as he's left. I don't know if that was a disconnection.
J. Morris retakes the lead now.
Okay, I don't think I had him, so hopefully somebody can have him back. Meanwhile, J. Morris retakes the lead. Comic has got absolutely no ERS. Tiger's got a little bit left. Excellence comes out on track in P4, so he's now going to try and hunt down Comic and Tiger in front. Going to be a big ass, though. He has got fresher tyres, so we'll see what he can do. Meanwhile, Mars and K5 championship contenders. Here comes Mars now to the outside of K5, heading down the straight. K5 doesn't want to give it up, but around the outside goes Mars. Up into P7, takes a position away from K5, compounding his difficult afternoon. K5 has had a day to forget so far. Can K5 now come back to the outside of Mars? Mars have a DRS, but Mars don't want to give it up. K5 around the outside, just has to concede for now. And those softs, they're much faster than the mediums.
Another penalty for K5.
Both Ferraris get penalties. Alex gets a 3-second time pen. K5 gets a 3-second time penalty, so in synchronization there for the two Ferraris. Meanwhile, oh, Excellent's got a 5-second time penalty somewhere in there. So Excellent, I think he's now set on P4 now, because yeah. Meanwhile, gap at the front,
8-second penalty.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Mercedes. Comic is dropping. He's losing a bit of time to Tiger Game, but Tiger Game has also got more ERS. So it looks like Tiger might be able to get a P2 here because he's pulling away from Comic as it stands. Comic just needs to stay within 3 seconds at the moment. Meanwhile, K5, this battle continues. K5 back ahead of Mars now. He has burned a lot of his battery though. Flov now sets the fastest lap. So that'll be a consolation point for the Alfa Romeo. As now up a gap 2.8. Starting to extend out between the two drivers. Meanwhile, Alex, he is caught Idiot. And Alex will actually be P4 as it stands with everybody's penalties. Can Mars
is he looking to get in position? Tries, zooms past Babish.
Geez, he zooms past Babish as K5 nearly just span out on those medium tyres. And now leaving vulnerable to Mars behind. Going down the straight now. Mars burning the battery, wants position back on K5. K5 not burning his battery, he's happy to let Mars go. He's already got a penalty K5, so he knows he can't really fight it that hard. Mars now takes P7 off his championship rival. And this is a really big day in the championship. Because K5 is going to lose a lot of ground to J Mars. Now on the exit. Can K5 try and come back? No, he can't.
Wazza looking to go past into P9.
There you go. Rapas is like that, so he is just a go-to car. So just Mazda up to P9.
Gets up into P9. Jeezy now setting the fastest lap.
Yeah, so showing his pace ever since he made that slick gamble. It just hasn't happened for the Haas. A lot of drivers having difficult races here. I think Alex is just happy to sit behind Idiot because he knows he's going to finish ahead anyway on penalties. Look at the gap between Comic and Tiger. 5.3. What has happened to Comic? Has he made an error? Or is it Tiger just being absolutely rapid because he's actually been gaining on J Morris a little bit? And that's really saying something.
Tiger has used quite a bit of battery. And he's fast driver, as we know.
Meanwhile, Alex does overtake Idiot. Up to P5. Will get the position anyway.
Tiger currently holding on to P2.
I mean, Clip Gamer, Jeezy won't get the point for fastest lap because he's 13th, and that's half a point. So, I mean, unfortunate there. Still, P2 for Tiger is a good result as it stands. Oh, what happened there? Excellent. Breaking the bollard there on the exit. Maybe just wanted to add a bit of style to his race. What's up to Excellence? He's going very slowly. Excellence making a mistake, I think, there. He's lost about 2 seconds to L Alex. So very strange. So Excellence dropping back into the clutches of Alex and Idiot. But Alex is going to finish ahead of him anyway because he's got 5 seconds less penalties. Comic's burning his battery even though he's on 0%. Mars, he's starting to pull away from K5. The medium's not working. He did just about get DRS though, K5. Flov now, he's also caught Shifty Wazza, so trying to salvage a few more points for Alfa Romeo. Idiot's still sticking with Alex, but I think he's just happy to tag along because he knows he's not going to finish ahead of him anyway. But yeah, it's been a relatively calm dry period considering the chaos we had earlier in the race on the wets. As Emu gets ahead of Rafas. Oh, Rafas is pissing actually. Shifty Eyes are really coming under pressure from Flov now. Can K5 just about stick with Mars? It looks like it. Ooh, he's gone wide though. I think he might drop out of DRS now. Yes, he does. So K5 doesn't look like he's going to get... Looks like the best he can manage is P8. What's the best Flov can manage? You can have a battle with Shifty Wazza here. Meanwhile, Alex ahead of Excellence. Won't make a difference anyway. If Idiot gets ahead of Excellence and builds a second gap, then he will finish P5. So that might get feisty. But here comes Flov now. Gaining on Shifty Wazza. I don't think Shifty Wazza is going to fight this too hard. And Flov will take P9 off the Red Bull. Meanwhile, Idiot ahead of Excellence. As Comet gets a 3-second time penalty. Actually, at this rate, Mars is going to finish ahead of Excellence. So, Excellence really dropping back with those penalties. And he might end up... Yeah, he's losing time to Idiot. This could be a very poor result for what could have been for Excellence. Losing more and more time.
Babish now on 16 seconds of penalties.
Oh. It started so well for Babish and Tuichderi in qualifying. P1 and 7 as Div 3 drivers. But now the 14th in DNF. Very unfortunate. Oh, what's that? Oh, that was a glitch. Excellent, still sitting behind. It's been a very calm...
Shifty Wazza going down the inside of Blah. He backs out the move into turn 1.
Yeah, Shifty Wazza's trying to come back up Flop. That could be a last lap battle we watch for the lower points positions. But, well, we've barely looked at him this race. Tyres, there you go. But we've barely looked at him this race, and here he is, Jay Morris. With all the chaos, with all the carnage, all the crashes, all the incidents behind him, he has not been fazed by that 3 safety cars, wet dry transitions. Nothing has fazed this man. He has led every single lap of the race. He got P2 in qualifying, missing out to Tuichderi. He would have been gutted about that. But ever since then, he has not looked back, literally. He's had no contest up at the front. He's let the people behind battle. He's even going to lap Rafas just to rub salt in the room. Jay Morris, what a result this is. As Excellence gets back ahead of Idiots. So I think he will just hang on. As Idiot leaves the session, actually. I won't invite him back because it's the last lap. So it won't matter either way. But here is the man who has dominated this race, and he's going to gain on K5 in the championship quite significantly. This has been quite the result for Jay Morris. He's got no penalties. While people may say Tiger is driver of the day for his last 2-second recovery, this has been very clinical from Jay Morris. And coming round the final corner, the Div 3 champion, promoted to Div 2, is going to win the Mexican Grand Prix. Jay Morris wins here in Mexico City. Tiger Gamer, brilliant drive, will come home to finish P2 after starting P15. Comic will have to settle for P3. A good drive from him as well to salvage a podium for Alpine. Alex, also a very good drive from him as Idiot. He actually gets back ahead of Excellence. Very strange there. Around the final corner. Actually, it's going to be tight here. Has Excellence run out of fuel or something? Mars gets both of them. Mars gets up to P5. Excellence loses both positions, and Excellence is P7. Dramatic end there. K5, championship leader, only P8. Very disappointing for him. Flob P9 to come home to salvage a few points for a disappointing Alfa Romeo. Shifty Waza, Diffree driver P10. And Emu, the penultimate driver who has not been lapped to cross the line. Flob leaves the session after his difficult race. Emu coming around the penultimate turn. What could have been today for McLaren. They started 1st and 5th. They will finish 11th and 17th. And G-Easy, after his slick gamble early on, will only finish P12, while his teammates up in P2. And that is your final results. What a race, Sauertub.
Wow. Two of my predictions, Jay Morris and Tiger in the top three.
Yeah.
Wow, just wow.
I also said Jay Morris win, remember? So
Crazy race.
crazy race. I think we're gonna get some post-race interviews in here.
Alright.
I'll do it through my phone, just kind of Pi-wise or glitch. But yeah, what a race here at Mexico. Go in voice chat. On the Discord thing. Actually, I'm just gonna leave the party so we can hear you. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I'll get the voice chat shared to Div 2 so we can get some drivers in here. Oh, idiot, we got you in here. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, well, idiot, a bit of a mixed race for you. Somehow you finished the race where you started, but yeah, very roller coaster race for you. Are you happy with P6 in the end, or do you think you could have got more?
I think I could have got more. I'm disappointed in myself. Seeing as it went wet, I picked up corn cutting like penalties like left, right, and centre. So wasn't the best. Could have held off and maybe would have got higher, but can't do much. And I got spun as well on one of the laps, so I did well to get back to where I qualified. So
Yeah, I mean overall, pretty good race for Williams. Southsub, you got any questions? Southsub, you got any questions you want to add to idiot?
nice.
Okay, Southsub's on mute, so don't know, but yeah, overall pretty good race from you. Yeah, I think you'll be happy with P6 and Williams' result, and we hope to see you next week in Qatar.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, thanks for racing. Bye bye. Shocklade, I think you were next. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, a very, very unfortunate day for you. I mean, qualifying went pretty well, but then after your disconnection and then a crash, it just seemed like what could have been.
Yeah, in qualifying, it was really good in the wet. I felt really creepy with the track, but then suddenly in the race, I of course disconnected for a few minutes, and yeah, then I joined back. Then I came in, and I don't know why, but after I joined, it felt like driving on ice. And then in sector 2, in those S's, I was turning to the left, and suddenly the car flies off, and yeah, it was a shit race.
Yeah, really unfortunate day for you. Not much to add, obviously, because you weren't in the race that long. Sourtub, you want to add anything?
It's unlucky for the Drivers' Championship. I'm just looking now, you've fallen down the grid order a bit. Do you think you can make it back up?
What's next race?
Qatar.
Is it sprint race?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I think in Qatar it could be a bit better, but because it's really hot and no bad traction. But yeah, I don't want to steal Mars time. yeah, thanks for the interview.
Okay, chocolate leave. I think it was Mars next. Mars, can you hear me?
What's up, guys?
Hi, Mars. Well, he came into this weekend struggling a lot, but I think
Yes.
will you take a P5? I mean, that seems like a pretty good result.
Man, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve any points, to be honest.
I mean,
It was,
and that's a bit far fetched. I mean, you had a good battle with K5, M5 at the end, and yeah, your pace.
fact, K5 had the stock setup, like the default setup, and I still didn't manage to pull away from him.
Yeah, I mean, a difficult weekend, especially considering your championship position, but you gained points on K5, and that's the main thing. Yeah, I mean, a difficult race, but I think you can find the pace back for Qatar.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to race at Qatar, so I'll be back in 2 weeks, I guess. But yeah, I think main problem was no practice, not being able to practice, and I put on the shit setup, and I struggled so hard, especially in the rain with the low wings, and yeah, absolutely terrible out there. But was it a fun race to watch?
Yeah, it was very, very chaotic, especially in the wet period. So yeah, thanks for. You want to add anything, Saltub?
You've got 2 weeks to your next race, he says. You can hopefully deserve it that week.
Yeah, I'll take a week off.
Well done, Matt.
Yeah, well, thank you for racing, Mars, and we'll enjoy the week off.
I'll see you later.
Right,
Bye.
goodbye. Thanks. Tiger Gamer, hello, can you hear me? Oh, hello. I mean, what a drive. What can I say? After being down and out in Q1, P2. I mean, what a result.
I don't know what to say, to be honest with you. Yeah, it was very, very good.
Yeah, it was a great race.
Quality is off my final lap. So,
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
what happened.
Sourtub was willing you on, so yeah, you have to thank him.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah, but brilliant comeback from you. Was there any incidents? You seem to stay out of trouble, even though there was a lot of chaos around you.
No, to be honest, just under the safety car, there was a couple of times where just like slowing down, might have brake checked someone, but everyone was like going 2 miles an hour, so it can't really be sent in.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very slow safety car restart, but you kept it clean and managed to make your way back through the field. So yeah, incredible result for you and Haas, and hope to see you next week in Qatar.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, cheers, bye.
Cheers, Tiger. See ya.
Now, F1 Mads here. I'm not sure why, but I think I'm gonna end the stream if that's everybody here. So, thank you everybody for tuning in to watch this enthralling Div 2 race, and thank you Sourtub for being my co-commentator. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for letting me.
Pleasure coming with you, and join us tomorrow for Div 1, commentated by Emu, and join us next week in Qatar, back for Div 2 on Saturday. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.